Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. As you know, we have a massive match against Porto. It's a must-win game. It's a playoff to see who goes into the next round of the Champions League. We have to win. We have to pick the correct team. Therefore, the brains of the outfit from the Mail Online, the Charlie the Hurricane Skillen, has joined me to pick this team. I would like to point out that I'm leading the way with this team because I'm bringing the changes. Charlie has a bit more of a conservative approach, but I'm elbowing him out of the way. This is a team that we need to pick. This is a team that will win the game.
Go for it, Raw.
Right.
Let's have it.
Our goalkeeper is Thibaut Courtois, undoubtedly.
Absolutely, no question. You know, I thought he could have done a lot better with that Bournemouth goal, I will say.
He gets us in the game, though, up until that point.
He did. You know, there's absolutely no question. Courtois needs to play every game at the minute, make sure he's completely, not only match fit, but kind of, you know, reasserts his dominance in terms of organising the back four. I think things can only get better in terms of that. So I think Courtois is an absolute must pick.
Yeah. Agreed. Right, Courtois is in. We're going to go to left back, and the left back for this game is going to be undoubtedly Cesar Azpilicueta.
Yeah, you know, I was very surprised to see Azpilicueta on the bench for the Bournemouth game. I know that it's, you know, you've got to play Baba Rahman at times, and I think if you're going to play him, it needs to be in a game where Chelsea are going to have most of the ball. But Porto actually killed us down the wings, you know, out there. So, you know, I don't think there's any way that Baba Rahman can play.
It's Azpilicueta.
You know, for me, he's been poor. He's been a bit of a disappointment. Okay. And, you know, there's no way he should be starting this game for me.
I couldn't agree more. And Azpilicueta has been Mr. Consistent. He's never let us down, so let's get him playing, get him back in the starting lineup as quickly as possible. We'll go to the other wing. It has to be, despite being fully aware of his limitations, despite being fully aware that his form has been not only below par, it's been unacceptable, I think that our squad forces us into this, and therefore our right back is Branislav Ivanovic. Yeah,
you know, I mean, look, we all know he's not had the best season at all, but, you know, I do think that you can start whittling away and getting rid of these senior players and getting rid of people who experience. It's like, hang on, this is a Champions League game which you have to win. You know, Branislav Ivanovic has been in this situation before. You know, you see on people, oh, well, why isn't Ola Reina playing? It's like, you know, hang on a minute. You know, it's not. This is a real important game, and yes, you know. What Ivanovic brings, maybe only 60% of that is actually on the pitch. You know, in terms
it's
of
the fact that he's a vice captain, it's his leadership.
In terms of technical footballing ability, you can't buy that experience. You know, playing in the new camp, playing coming over you know, away leg over Benfica or whatever. So it is for me, he has to play.
Couldn't agree more. Right, John Terry has to play in this fixture. For us to have a hope in this fixture, actually, you know, I think that we have lacked any sort of leadership at the back there. I think that there was moments when it's looked chaotic, moments when it's looked not far short of a farce. John Terry in.
Yeah, and he will be. You know, that we reported that at the Mail, I think, on Monday. That, you know, Terry's back in full training, obviously, after the knock he picked up against in Israel. So Mourinho is kind of looking to him to really G up the troops, and I think, you know, that couldn't be needed more at this time.
Agreed, and I thought that everything that you just said there about Branislav Ivanovic was perfectly accurate.
And it's true tenfold of Terry.
And it's true tenfold of Terry, and it also is very appropriate to the man who I've chosen to partner him, and that is Gary Cahill.
Yeah, you know, he's not everyone's first choice a lot of the time, but
he's won everything.
He's won everything, and you know, as much as we like to bloody youngsters through and all of that, I haven't been over the moon with Kurt Zouma this season. You know, I
thought he played very, very well against Tottenham. I thought he had a very good game.
He did. You know, the whole defence did. I mean, that was a kind of functional performance in it, and it worked well as that performance. But, you know, Chelsea cannot afford slip-ups in this game. I think Zouma's occasionally prone to them. Not that Cahill isn't, but I think, you know...
Cahill-Terry partnership, brick wall.
There you go.
Right, moving slightly further forward. Nemanja Matic maintains his place by the skin of his teeth.
Skin of his mask. He's wearing quite a fetching mask against Bournemouth. I don't know if it was the wrong size and sort of blocked his vision a bit, because
he didn't have a good game.
He barely found a Chelsea player all game.
Yeah, he didn't have a very good game at all, but I think that when he does have a good game, he is fantastic in his position, and I hope in fact, it's very important that he has a good game, because he's going to have to win the ball a lot.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Porto are going to be looking to hit us on the break, go forward. They'll probably let Chelsea have a little bit of the ball, because, let's face it, they've not been creating any chances. So letting Chelsea have the ball is a good tactic if you're playing against them.
And as an away team as well, you don't always want it all the time.
Well, Chelsea's chance creation is absolutely appalling at the minute. So letting them have the ball is no danger. It's hitting them on the break. It's when Porto do get the ball, it's going to be going at such a speed, and that's how they killed us out there with the wingers like Brahimi on one side, absolutely killed us down the flank. So Matic has to be there to be breaking up that play. He has to be on song. But I agree that he is the best choice for this game.
Agreed. Right. So Matic is in. Mm-hmm. Playing alongside him is it is never Cesc Fabregas. I've had it. Playing alongside him is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think that this is the time. This is exactly what we need. I agree with you. You have to be cautious with your youth, but I think that he's proved that he is up to the challenge. And I think that Cesc Fabregas equally has proved that he needs to be dropped. He's not up to the challenge at the moment. His form has been abysmal. I thought that he was the worst player on the pitch at White Hart Lane. I thought that his form continued into the Bournemouth game, and he is out. Absolutely out. Probably not on the bench.
There you go. You've heard it.
Yeah, sick of it.
You've heard it.
Really
Final word.
Really am sick of it. I think that I saw. I'm not one for the stats and stuff, but I saw something that I thought was very interesting, and it was a comparison between the Bournemouth midfield and our midfield. They ran over 3 miles more than us. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Ridiculous. So he's out, and I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek is exceptionally dynamic and vibrant and young and keen and up for it, and that is what we need. Somebody with a bit of enthusiasm who's going to inject some pace and life into this 11.
I don't think you'll find a Chelsea fan out there who disagrees with you.
Oh, I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will.
Just look at the comments afterwards. But I think particularly for league games, I'm not one that goes to rooftops and says, play the kids every single game. Play the whole under 21s. But at the minute, I don't think there's any excuse for Loftus-Cheek not being in the side.
Couldn't agree more.
I think with such an important game, Mourinho might look towards Mikel.
Yeah, I'd be happy to see Mikel. Maybe in place of Nemanja Matic, in fact.
Possibly, but I do agree that Chelsea need a curveball at the minute, and
Loftus-Cheek could be that.
Loftus-Cheek certainly that, and I certainly agree with that. Cesc Fabregas hasn't impressed anyone in recent weeks.
And it's Nemanja Matic. Right, moving slightly further forward. Now this is where it gets very interesting. We'll start with what is the obvious, because I think he's played very well. One of the few that have played very well of late, and that's Eden Hazard. He is playing left wing for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
been
think
asked to do a job. I think people are so on his case at the moment. I don't mean you specifically. I mean people in general, including the media.
I'm on his case.
You are you are, but not more so than is just. But I think some people it is slightly unjust. His form earlier in the season was awful.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that he came on as a sub in the game against. He came on as a sub
in Israel.
Yeah. And I thought he looked very lively. He was in Tel Aviv and he looked very lively. And I think since then his form has been very good. I think that he was asked to lead a line against Tottenham, which is not his position.
No, that's true.
That's very difficult.
That's true.
Like people just assume that he can play there.
No.
It's so hard to play. Like even at our level, when I have a go at centre forward, it's hard. It's a very thankless task up there on my own. I have to put the running in. I have to compete against people twice my size. It's not easy.
Which is
everyone. Yeah. So I think that Hazard did very well there. I thought that he looked very up for it against Tottenham and was generally unlucky. They kicked him to bits.
I mean, everyone kicks Hazard to bits since he's been in England. But I haven't been wowed by his performances, but I do agree that he's generally working a little bit harder for the team. Yeah. But if he professes, Chelsea build him up as one of the top 3-5 best players in the world. So those we've been saying it all year. Those players take the games by the scruff of the neck.
Which is why he's in my starting lineup, because I think that he is well due to do that, and it wouldn't be surprising if he does it tomorrow night.
There is absolutely no way that in a big game I would not have Eden Hazard in the starting lineup. And you'd be looking for him to drive Chelsea attacking play.
Completely. And by the same token, I don't think we need to cover it in any great detail, because everybody knows exactly what you just said there will be replicated for Willian on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right, which leaves us a hole in the middle, and that is where I'm going to go for Ramirez.
Yeah,
to sit.
Yeah,
to sit. He can bomb on, but it's just to be more sure in there.
Well,
so it's like a 3-man. It's a 3-man midfield.
Yeah, I mean the advantages of this are, you know, there's quite a few of them. Like you say, he can drop back into midfield and play as a 3, you know, in your scenario with Loftus-Cheek and Matic and provide that extra cover. He could also play on the right with Willian in the middle or cutting in from the left.
Yeah, they can switch constantly. This isn't set in stone either. You know, I'm very happy for Willian to drift in and Ramirez to drift out.
And, you know, given Porto's threat on the wings, Ramirez could provide a lot of cover for Ivanovic.
Yeah. So that's it. So shall we, because I was thinking the 3-man midfield, should we say Willian centrally and Ramirez out?
I mean,
but
like
drift,
you say, it depends if Chelsea have the ball. It depends where Porto have the ball.
Fine.
You know, these things are fluid, and you know, I do think that, you know, I'll put it this way: if I'm a Chelsea fan going into that game, I'll be very disappointed to see Pedro start. Right. I don't think he offers anything going back, and you know, I know we want to go all guns blazing and win, but you know,
got to be cautious as well. Can't lose a game.
Foot on the ball, cannot lose this game. Chelsea draw, Chelsea through.
Exactly.
So,
and up front is Loic Remy. It's time. It's time.
Yeah,
the time is now. Get him in.
Yeah, I
think
think
get him scoring. He scores goals. We saw it at Stoke. He didn't. You know, it was. It ended up being a nothing goal, but he popped up and pinged it in the last minute.
Yeah, I was disappointed we didn't get Stoke in the FA Cup draw, by the way.
Oh, yeah, surprising. I know I haven't been there this week.
Yeah, I've just got the Travelodge permanently booked through December and January.
Standing order. Yeah. Guys, that's our team. Please do me a favour. Comment below. Let us know what you think. We've revolutionised it a bit, so very, very interested to hear what you guys have to say. This is it's a must-win game. Got it, Blues. Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. As I'm sure you are aware, Chelsea have a massive, massive fixture tomorrow night. It's one of the biggest fixtures of the season.